South Korean K-pop boy band BTS have landed their first ever UK #1 album with the philosophy-inspired Map of the Soul Persona. Now, this means the 7-member group is now the first Korean act to score a chart-topping album in the UK, and I've been finding out what the K-pop craze is all about.
You're listening to BBC 5 Live in Korea. Everybody say Viva! Hi, we're Viva.
The official charts
with Scott Mills.
Brand new, BTS's 6th album, Map of the Soul Persona, is the first Korean act ever to score a UK #1 album.
So as you just heard, BTS made history and became the very first K-pop band to have their album top the official UK charts. But that's not the only success they've had recently. They were also the first K-pop group to perform as a musical guest on Saturday Night Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, BTS.
Girl band BLACKPINK also made history when they became the first K-pop band to perform at the Coachella Festival this year. But why is K-pop so addictive? We spoke to Oskari Delovo, who's a K-pop fan and also runs the UK's BTS P.Nation fan accounts.
I just like pop overall. Growing up in a Latin household, I was kind of brought up to have an understanding to different kinds of cultures and different kinds of music. So K-pop just is different, and I love how different it is.
So they are a genuine band. They came together themselves, did they, as musicians?
No, they came together through Big Hit, who was an unknown company at the time. Loads of people didn't believe in them. People that used to be in the industry used to put them down. They used to say that there was no way they're going to make it. They targeted subjects like depression and suicide, which in Korean culture is very taboo. So the more they did that, the more that people pushed them down. But clearly that didn't work, and that's where they are now.
They are very androgynous looking. Who is their audience? Is it young girls, young boys, everyone?
Everyone. I know an army who's 56, I think. And I know my little cousin who's 5 and she loves Idol. And she's just listened to the new song and loves it.
Yeah. Are they talented? Can they sing?
Yeah. All of them can't sing, but the ones that can't sing can rap, so they balance each other out at the end.
I'm Adam Riley. I'm the owner of a radio show called K-Pop Korner.
So tell me, Adam, when did you first become aware of K-pop?
It was probably back in about 2009. So my wife is South Korean, and on one of her visits to go and see family, we were having a phone catch-up, and I could hear some rather catchy music in the background. So I was asking, what's that music? So she had to go off, and it wasn't her that was listening, it was her young nieces. And they told me, and it was Wonder Girls, this song called Nobody, extremely catchy song. Apparently it done quite well in America. And from there, I kind of got a bit of an interest and started to delve deeper and found out more about Girls' Generation, who are still going strong today. And then a couple of years later, Gangnam Style hit the West.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
So that's the song I think the majority of us will know about. So Gangnam Style is a perfect example, is it, of K-pop?
Well, this is actually the reason why I started doing K-Pop Korner, because I'd heard Gangnam Style and thought it was a little bit novelty. And as most people would agree, if you see the video with the sort of the horse dancing maneuver, it's rather novelty. So the show it's not all about Gangnam Style. There's more to K-pop than just Psy. So it was introducing people to some of the other music that was quite popular over there that others over here hadn't heard of.
So how do you define K-pop? What are the composite parts?
Oh, it's a tricky one, this, because I've been criticised for saying it's squeaky clean pop. But I got into it because, indeed, some of the music I heard it was like British pop, but more polished. There's a lot more production value into it, and they like to make it clean and shiny in the videos as well. It really grabs the attention of all ages.
My best friend. I'm in love with my best friend. It's a bit flat at the end, isn't it? I can't put as much on as you. Is that okay? You can fix that.
It goes like 말하지 않아도 알고.
Oh, is this Korean I'm going to sing?
않아도 알고.
말하지 않아도 알고.
Perfect.
Is that okay?
You killed it. You literally killed it.
You're being sweet to me.
That'll be fine.
Is that okay? You can work with that. So, luckily, here in South Korea, they have this whole industry. They have very good producers. So this is what they polished it up into. I'm in love with my best friend.
That's Five Live's Anna Foster, who got to experience firsthand the power of auto-tuning when she visited South Korea.
Some of the artists nowadays, like BLACKPINK and BTS, they're going for more of the urban R&B vibe, because that's kind of what's more popular nowadays. They're trying to tap into core themes of what's popular nowadays.
Would you say that as its popularity has grown around the world, wanting to be influential in the American market or the European market has changed the nature of the very essence of K-pop?
I think so, yeah. I think they're learning to adapt, because what happened when Psy hit with Gangnam Style, it all started to fade away. So Gangnam Style was huge. His follow-up single, Gentleman, just off the back of Gangnam Style was very big. But then no one really heard about things after that. There were a few murmurings of Girls' Generation, but a lot of the agencies over in South Korea, they have their own way of dealing with things. They have one comeback song per year, and a big deal about it. Whereas over in the Western territories, you have to keep on hitting hard with single after single, EP after EP, and interview after interview, on top of all the touring. They didn't quite capitalise, whereas now you're seeing that BTS, they're teaming up with Steve Aoki, they teamed up with Halsey for their new single, they've been on the Graham Norton show, they've been on Saturday Night Live in America, so they're adapting what they do in terms of their promotional material, and they're changing their style of music. Like BTS have teamed up for a new song with Ed Sheeran that's on their latest album.
How big a deal is K-pop in South Korea? How much a part of the culture is it?
Along with Korean dramas, Korean pop is the biggest export from South Korea.
Wow.
It was a part of a government initiative to try and make South Korea one of the biggest exporters in the world, behind the US and UK, etc. So there's been a real strong push, and it's taken a long time, but, you know, it's slowly getting out there.
And the success of K-pop's also having a positive impact for other Korean bands.
Hi, my name is Annie, and I'm in a band called Love Stereo, which is based in Seoul, Korea. And we are an electronic rock band, and we are very heavily influenced by the 90s.
Would you say then that K-pop is having a positive influence on music in Korea then as a whole?
Yes, definitely. Because like when Psy first hit YouTube, that's when all the other world was very interested in Korea. And before that, if I say like I'm from Korea, they didn't care. But all of a sudden, Korea became this very cool, hip place.
So has it helped your band then, would you say?
Of course. Like in 2013, when Psy first came out, all the other bands in the States or in Europe, when we say that we're from Seoul, they would ask about Psy immediately, which I thought was pretty cool. I mean, nowadays, it's like BTS going so great, and every music industry is pointing towards Korea. I think it's pretty cool.
Can't call me artist. Can't call me idol.
The reason why BTS really became famous to start with is because of their choreography. If you watch some of their early videos, they are amazing dancers. They follow the likes of Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson in terms of how fantastic they are with their dance choreography. And they bring that to their tours. They've got personality. They love to get involved with writing their music as well. They want to portray core messages. Like one of their previous single, Idol, was all about how the industry looks at idols, and they don't really care. They just care about the music and the performances and the fans.
They've got how many millions of followers on Twitter? Do you know the band or the individuals?
Oh, it's going to be in the millions.
That's helped to spread the message of their music across the world because of their fans. Their fans are dedicated.
Yes, definitely. This is the thing. So you'll see on Twitter particularly, you'll see their fans call themselves the army. They're quite regimented with the way that they do this. They will have specific times where all the fans need to buy the song at that particular time to help it rise up the iTunes charts, for instance.
And a new entry on the official chart. This is BTS and Halsey.
13.
So they're playing the algorithms. That's amazing.
They are. It's very clever. So because they also realise that some of the charts now take into effect YouTube streaming, so they will make sure that the videos as well get hammered.
So K-pop, you reckon, is very much here to stay, very much due to become an even bigger part of the UK music scene?
Yes, definitely. I can see you have SM Town, which were one of the biggest music agencies in Korea. They were the ones behind Girls' Generation. Now, Girls' Generation, what they've done is they've split into a subunit, and then a few other artists from that group have gone solo. So they're all kind of building up their profile. And you also have Psy. So everyone thinks Psy's just disappeared. Now, what he's done is he's left his agency because, as mentioned before, they were doing the one single a year. It wasn't quite working. So he's left, and he's actually setting up his own agency and bringing in a few other artists that he thinks will be the ones to break the West.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
There you go, K-pop.
He's the one to blame, isn't he?
He really, really is. That was the first ever music video to get over 1 billion views, I believe.
I remember.
On YouTube. Goodness
Yeah.
me, there's K-pop.